Hello, everybody. This is Helen, and I teach at the Dorothy Benson Multi-Senior Services Center. And today is part 3 of our needle felting animals. And just to recap real simple, the first week we did the really simple one. So basically, this is just a little round shape. Well, not round. Uh, I guess like an egg shape, longer egg shape, no feet. And then you learn how to attach ears and the tail. Okay. And I just have like for hanging on like a Christmas tree. Um, and then, so here's another one where I try to make a real simple one. This is actually a copy of some artist online. And then we learn how to attach feet. And remember, I told you about if you keep poking it with a single needle, you can really shape it and dent, kind of like push in these areas. Okay, I still haven't put the other feet on right now. And I did needle felt the eyes on. Okay, you could sew embroidery thread or I guess you can sew beads on. And they actually sell the eyes for needle felting animals, but I thought we just use what we have right now. Okay, so this one I need to put a string on it so I can hang it off of a tree or something. Here is a penguin. I don't think I showed you how to make this one, but basically you just attach a tail, feet the same way as the mice. And it's kind of hard to tell in the penguin because he's all black, okay? His eyes are embroidery thread, right? So today we're going to, so all these animals just kind of like sit by themselves like this, all right? So today we're going to make an animal that has legs, all right? So I'm making this polar bear, okay? Usually when you have an animal with legs, you put wiring inside so it can stand up. But he's gonna hang, but he's got like chubby legs, so he kind of stands up pretty good. I did add a little tail. I need to work on his face. I don't like this gray thing I put, and he doesn't have a long enough snout. So right now he looks like a juvenile, a young polar bear. Okay, and I don't even know if these ears are correct or not, but I think they are bear ears. Okay, I don't have any toenails or anything like that, but and I haven't really, shaped it really good yet. Okay, so we're going to make a smaller version of this, and it's a little bit more difficult to make it because you have to make sure he stands up. And actually this leg, I need to patch it up right here. I didn't put enough felt on there. Okay, so let's put him aside. So you can start out any way you want. You can start out with a ball of roving, you can, or just use yarn, and I just use scrap yarn. And I'm going to wrap this around like usual. And we want to cover all the yarn up, okay? And let's see, this roving's weird. Okay, let me find one that has longer something. I guess that's it. Well, I'm kind of stuck with that one. Okay, so we'll just continue to use this one. I think these are really short ones, okay? Usually you have long ones. Let me find the long one. All right. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so it's just easier if you have a long one because you can wrap it around like that. Okay, and then we'll just wrap it around. Doesn't matter how. And I'm going to kind of spread this one out. Try to wrap it around. Now, you kind of want to aim for a polar bear shape. And I really don't know what a polar bear shape is, but I guess it's just round because theirs are kind of fat. Well, the back side might be a little bit bigger. So anyway, we want to anchor this down and stab it really good. And I lucked out and got some foam from a packing. It came with something and it was packing material. This kind of foam doesn't last that long, but it's better than the brush I was using, which was grabbing all my roving. So I'm going to anchor that down. I'm going to use this one because I want to cover a lot of surface, and this has 5 or 6 needles. Okay, this is, and you know, normally you would do this hundreds of times. You have hundreds of pokes, but I've got 5 needles, so that decreases the amount of times I have to do it. Okay, this is kind of lumpy right now. I will have to add more. And as usual, keep your fingers away from the needles, and you cannot watch TV while you do this or you will stab yourself. Okay, so I'm doing this, and anchor that down a little bit better. I'll look at the shape right now. Okay, I'm aiming for a polar bear, but hopefully it's going to look like a polar bear. Sometimes, you know, midway it just looks like another animal and you can't get away with it. Just insist on looking like another animal. So then I have to turn it into that animal, but okay. I can still see the yarn, but see how it's shrinking? Shrinking. Okay, I'm going to add some more roving to this. Let's see. Polar bear shape. I think their back legs are, they kind of lean forward, I think. So it's a little bit heavier on the back, bigger on the back. Okay, so the way you would work it is you would build the body, build the head separately, needle felt the head separately, and you would do the legs separately, and then you can attach all of them. Okay. But where I'm going to attach the neck, I can needle felt it here. See let's look at the shape. I wonder, I think this is going to be the back end. It looks like it's bigger, except I need to cover this yarn that's showing up here. Right now it's this funny lumpy shape. Put it on the table, see if I can get it. So this part kind of takes a long time. You really want to keep doing this until it's pretty dense, you know, not soft like that, but pretty firm. That means it's going to require a lot of needle punching. Now, I still have to cover the behind here because it's some of that white, yarn is showing through. So I'll just put some on here and keep needle felting that. Get better with this. So this one has 3 needles on it. And, if the needles wear out or if they break, it unscrews and you can replace the needles. You can buy the needles separately. I would stick, this is the Clover brand company. I think this is the Clover brand too. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. So you kind of want to stick with their needles. I ordered some felting needles. They were cheap, but they started to rust on me. So I guess you get what you pay for. The needles do last quite a long time. The cheap ones didn't. They kind of broke. And I think they also broke from the heat. If you keep piercing, punching, it creates heat on the metal, and they really kind of broke from the heat. And you can buy a pack, or they actually sell a set online where you can buy one with a bunch of little sample colors of wool roving, and it actually comes with a needle. Let's see, a simple, I think it's a single needle. So it'll look something, yeah, it'll look something like this one, okay? A single needle, you really do need that too. Let's say you didn't have that. Let's say all you had was this. You can unscrew this and take the needles out and use the single needle. You don't have to necessarily have it in a holder. It just makes it more convenient to have it in a holder. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a shape here. Let's see. I think this back side needs to be bigger. Maybe that's the top. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that right now. Okay. Yeah, we'll worry about the back side later. Okay, let's get this more compact. Really takes a long time. But you can see it's gotten smaller and you can shape it better. Maybe that's good enough for now. Maybe this part where the head is going to be attached might be a little bit thick. Make it a little bit narrow. Let's say you did something which is you shrunk it too small. We'll just add some more roving and keep punching to fatten it up again. Okay, I'm just gonna say that's about right, okay? You can always shape it. Now, the head. Just take, let's see, I think a polar bear's head is kind of like a dog's head, so I'm just gonna take this, roll it around. Might not be enough. That might be. Okay, so I have to use the mat because this is a small piece. Anchor it. So I think they have a long snout. The other one doesn't have a long snout. You don't have to, make it look exactly like a real polar bear. It might be cuter just to have one that doesn't have a long snout. Oh, what you want to do is, this is where this side is where it's going to attach to the body. So you kind of want to keep that fuzzy and not felted. You want to keep it loose. Okay, I don't think I'm getting the shape very well. This might be too small. Let me see. So if this was the head, it might be okay. I have a feeling I have to add more. I could have put like a little bit of yarn in there. I just didn't have any yarn, and for something this tiny, I'll probably use the same color yarn. It'll probably show. Okay, still trying to make this. Well, I kind of have this funny shape right now, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. Maybe it's upside down. Oh, no. I know they don't have huge heads, but it's not cute if you don't have a huge head. I'll just add a little bit more so it would look a little bit more bigger. And I'm going to use this other kind of roving. So you can add on. This part is the nose. And I have to do this very slowly so I don't poke myself. I guess polar bears have the tip of their nose is probably, or their nose is probably black or dark color. So I could add a little bit of that later. Okay, so this is the nose. It needs to be more pointy. That might kind of look like it. We might still need to add more. It is shrinking. Let's see. I think all the roving came over here. I don't think I can pull any out. Okay. This also gives you something to grab onto. Let's see if his head is too small. It might be okay. Yeah. All right, let me poke it some more. Now I have to decide which is the top of the head. I think this is going to be the top. Right now I'm working on a snout, trying to define it a little bit more like a snout. I think this is going to be the top of his head. Have to add, that may not be, his head might be too small. Can't tell. All right, let me just go ahead and attach this because I really can't tell if his head is too small or not. You can spread this out. And I think is that the back? No, that's the head. Okay. So I will spread this out, kind of like cover up. Oh, this might be fun. He's looking towards the right. Okay. And then carefully anchor this down. Okay, so right now he has like a really long neck, but if I keep poking this, it should get closer to the body. So I'm poking it this way. And I probably should use a single needle for this. So I'm pushing the wool robing that's in the middle of his way in the center of his head and trying to attach it to the body, okay? So it's the head should be getting closer to its body. Let me keep doing that. To look like a dinosaur head. Okay. Okay, looks like I can't tell what's what anymore. I think that needs to get closer. So I've got a dent right here. Fill that in. Get that. The whole thing kind of moves as you work on it, so you have to keep adjusting it. Like if I punch a whole lot on this side, it's going to move the head's going to start moving towards where I'm shrinking it. I may just fill that in, okay? All right, what's this? Okay, we're gonna get this on here. Not sure what the polar bear is supposed to look like here. Oh, it's kind of goes like that. Okay. I think the head's too narrow still. Let me add a little bit more, and then we'll fill in this dent at the same time. So I'll give him some more fluff on the top of his head. See if I can anchor that down. Sometimes when you're working on something, it just doesn't look like the animal you're working on until you start adding the details like the ears and the eyes and all that. So now it looks like a sheep, huh? And just keep shaping it, shaping it. Continue to shape it later on some more. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there for now because we have to, let me anchor this down. Start attaching the legs and then go back and work on the rest. Okay. All right, that's sort of at the beginning. Now the legs, you have to make each one separately, and they're kind of look like Christmas stocking shape. Okay. So there's 4 of them. So let me see what time it is. I may not get around to doing all 4 for you today. Okay, so you just do your best trying to, and once again, you want to leave the, where you're going to attach it to the body, you're just going to have to leave that loose. And I just kind of bend it this way. And I don't know if this is going to be this part can be the front legs. Anchor it down. And if you don't have enough, just keep adding. See if I can get it to. You're gonna have to be a little bit patient trying to shape this guy. By the time you get to leg number 4, you'll get the hang of it and it'll be much easier. This takes practice. So right now I'm just kind of trying to shrink this down. And right here, I'm just kind of fold that over. I may have to add more. I have to stab myself. Just kind of smush it and grab it and see if you can get it to look like a Christmas stocking. So see how it's sort of starting to look like a Christmas stocking? Well, maybe not really. Okay, so if you poke here a lot, it'll start bending towards the foot. My foot is a little big, too big. Okay, so the leg part feels like it doesn't have enough. It's going to be skinny if I keep needle felting it. So I'm just going to wrap a little bit more around the leg part. Oops. Like that. Okay. So he's got leg warmers on right now. That may not be enough. Still. If it isn't enough, just keep wrapping more and more around. So the polar bear is going to take longer because you have to make all the parts separately, and it requires a lot of shaping. Anything with legs requires a lot more time to do. Okay, my foot is way too big. Okay. I have to shrink that down. I think I need to add more. It just doesn't, it just feels a little bit too loose here. Compact this a little bit. You want to keep this end fuzzy. And I don't think their legs are that long. Well, maybe their back legs are long, but well, that's a long leg for a short polar bear. Okay, we're gonna have to make this smaller. So this going here. With your first couple of times, it's kind of hard to get the shape of the leg and the foot right, but you just keep needling it, and it should work. Okay, so this part's getting pretty tough. It's not as squishy as it was before. Yeah, oops. If I have too much here, let's say I had a bunch more, you know, that I can turn that into part of its rump, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, now let me see if I can shape the foot part. I think its foot is still too big. No, that might be about right. Shrink it down a little bit, okay? Be careful here, because I'm aiming towards my fingers. But this is too soft and fluffy right now. It needs to be shrunken down. You do this and it just shapes it. It's kind of cool. You know, who thought about it? You know, somebody had to come up with this and make these special needles. Ooh, close. Okay, so see how I'm able to kind of shape it a lot better now? Okay, I'm gonna keep going because it's still a little bit too big. And too loose. It's really getting cute now. So something like a giraffe would be hard to do because their legs are so long and skinny. And even if you put wire or some kind of a stick to hold up its body, you know, to cover that stick or wire is a bit tricky because you don't have much felt to work with. So you'll have to really, you know, felt it deep. The other option is to wet felt it around the wire or stick. Okay, so I've got that pretty good. All right, and I'm kind of eyeballing it now. I got to make about 4 of these. Okay, it's going to take a lot of work. Okay, I've got to make more, and I still have to attach the tail, but I'm probably gonna have to build up some of this body or shape it much better and then have to do the ears, okay? But the shape of this foot is pretty good. It looks like, it could be the back feet. So I need to make another one of these, but right now, once you attach the feet and everything, it's gonna be hard to work on them if it's attached to the body, so get it perfected before you attach it to the body. Now, if this guy was going to be standing up like on top of a table or something, I really need to put wire or something in here, but he's going to be hanging probably from a tree. So I'll just attach a loop. So right now, that's pretty firm. That's not as firm as here, but it's pretty firm. I probably should flatten this foot out more. I'm not sure if they have human feet looking for you. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show you one more time how to get it started at least. So we take the wool roving and kind of like whatever you need for the foot. And so you're going to just make a long foot and then you're going to bend it. I mean, long leg, and then you're going to bend it, okay, for the foot part. So I'm probably going to use a lot here, and hopefully, I guess I should have done, well, I didn't know how much of this I was going to use, so I'm just going to have to get as close as I can to the same size. And then anchor it down, okay? Anchoring down means kind of like stab at it, sort of hold its shape a little bit better. This is long enough. Use the big one. My phone is not the best. It's already wearing out. But it'll do. So you keep poking it, poking it, poking it. Kind of poke it in the where the foot's going to be. Carefully here. I'm aiming towards my finger. Okay, and then just keep poking it until it gets denser and denser. Just like you did the main body. This 3-needle one seems to work really good for this. And you're going to have to be patient. You're just going to have to keep turning it, keep working it. You see it's already shrinking and becoming smaller. And it's still too soft. If it's too soft, it's not gonna, it'll probably fall apart later. So you kind of want it as dense as you can get it. Okay, let me work on this part. Okay. It just occurred to me, I don't know what size needles these take. I guess you can put any kind of needle size in here. I don't even know how you get this out. I'll have to, I think I have to turn this. Yeah, it unscrews here. And it looks like any kind of needle goes in, any kind of needle size will go in there. Let me try to pull one out, show you. So, see, that's what the needle looks like. And you just insert it in one of the holes and it's supposed to, there's a little notch there and this screws on. So I'm not even sure if this is a fine needle or yeah, it looks like a fine needle. Okay. Oops. And then let's see, this one goes like a guard. And it goes on like that, okay? So you don't break the needles easily. Okay, so poke on this side more. And poke it. Okay, this, I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. I can keep working on it. Let me see, I just need to make it more dense. Starting to compact. Getting there. Hope it's enough. If it's too small, then this can be the front legs. Okay, so when you get to the foot part, well, first of all, make sure this is in there good. Yeah, this might be the front feet because it seems to be a little bit smaller than the back feet. I can always add more if I wanted to get the back feet. This around more. Okay, so if I want to make it a foot, I just keep poking here, okay? Bend it and poke it. I want to bend it and shape it before it gets really dense. So I have to be careful here. Okay. And let's see, I kind of dented that. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more there. Okay, so I hope you get an idea of how to make the feet. Don't be discouraged, okay? Because it does take practice. And patience, lots of patience. Okay, so remember when my leg was too thin on the first one. Oh, this is about almost the same size. That's pretty cool. Okay, I just wrapped more wool roving around here and made it thicker. But you really want to punch it a lot so it will be pretty dense. Okay, that might be about right. It's actually quite amazing stuff. People make garments. Of course, up in the Lapland area, they have to because it's so cold there. I'm not sure if they use wool or if they can use the reindeer, and because they have reindeer up there. Maybe if they just use reindeer for, I'm not sure. I would assume that felt too. I never thought about that. So you're aiming for a Christmas stocking or Christmas boot, okay? So I've got two of these going right now. And I can show you how to attach them right now. Okay. But I have to double check the body. Oh, wait, that's upside down. I guess I can attach them right now. Yeah. Okay. So you want to spread this out, open this end up. And it seems like their back legs are taller than their front legs. Okay, make sure he's upright. Okay. So kind of figure out where the leg is supposed to be, because this can be part of the excess wool rubbing, could be part of his rump. And then anchor that down real good. And I'm obviously going to have to add more here because it's going to, let me see the length. Oh, do I have him crooked? Let's see. I think it's okay. Really anchor that in there real good. Let's see. So it's hard to tell right now, but that's going to be his back end, you know, so there's going to be a lot more added and shaped and everything. I hope I don't have it crooked. I might. Okay. And then this one, I don't have as much here to open up, but these guys help anchor it on here really good. Remember, you can always add more, so don't worry if it looks like he's malnourished or skinny right now. Okay, let me move this a little bit. Okay, so trying to get it the same length here. Eyeballing it. Probably there. Now, sometimes you can take a long single needle to anchor it because it goes in deeper. So it's shoving the fibers in deeper. It just takes long because it's just a single needle, but sometimes I feel like it really gets in there much better than this one. He's not as long, you see. I can only go so far deep. That looks like. Okay, so far he's got his back legs, all right? And I'll just keep securing that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the two front legs, and I'll go ahead and attach the two front legs. Then I'll make the ears and the tail and show you how to attach that. But after I attach the two front legs, I might work more on his body. He looks awfully skinny at this moment. He might be okay, but I'll work on that some more, okay? So the polar bear, because he has legs, it's gonna take a little bit longer to make. And if you need to make more than one, you know, just make a bunch of legs at first and then, you know, a bunch of bodies at first and stuff like that. But he's really cute. I do need to work on his face a little bit more because I don't like that gray muzzle. He's got too much gray here. So I'll give him a little dark nose and probably cover up that gray a little bit. Okay. And then, you know, keep felting him until he's not as fuzzy. All right, so we will see you the last class next week and finish up our polar bear. And so we'll talk about it later. Thank you. Bye-bye.